Jai Hind, dear students. Today we are moving to the last topic of the chapter, staffing, and we are learning training and development. You know very well, it is very essential for the all-round development of an individual. Without training, it is not complete. Staffing process is not complete. So let us learn what is training, what are the benefits of training, and what are the different methods of training given to the employees in an organization. So moving to the first slide, it is what is training. So you know very well, training is one of the act of increasing the knowledge and skill of the employees. Especially it is given for improving the awareness and skill of an employee. Maybe the employee coming to the organization, newly appointed employee or an employee existing in the organization. Whenever there is updation in the technology, the organization have to give training for the workers. So remember, training is the act of increasing the knowledge and technical skill of an employee for doing a particular job efficiently. So both existing employees and new employees get acquainted with their jobs, and this increases job related skills. So every time the management, if they want maximum achievement of objectives, they have to give more consideration for the training and development of the employee. So let us look at the benefits of training. Benefits of training to the firm. What are the benefits is there for the employees in the whenever we are giving some training? What are the benefits? So the first one is to avoid wastage of time, effort, and money involved in hit and trial method. So we can avoid the traditional method, and also we can save maximum time, effort and money when we give more training for the workers. Suppose when we are implementing the computerization in the organization, we have to give more training for the workers how to use the computer. You know very well, computerization reduces the workload and helps to save the time, effort, and money of the workers. So that is the first advantage to the firm when the firm is giving training for the workers. And the second one is it increases productivity, thereby leading to increase in profit. So training always helps in increasing productivity, thereby it helps to increase the profit. Productivity means by utilizing minimum resources, bringing more product, increasing the quantity of the product. So always with the minimum cost, when the organization is producing more product, it helps to increase the profit also, helps to earn maximum profit also. So that is the second benefit or advantage. And training equips future managers. Whenever the employee is given opportunity to take the role of a manager, one technique of training is there, job rotation. An employee is getting opportunity to work in all section of an organization. So it helps to equip the future manager also. And the fourth point is it increases the employee's morale and reduces employee absenteeism and labor turnover. So first one is what? It increases employees' morale. Whenever the workers are performing well through training, they are getting more benefits. And whenever the workers are not getting any training, they will be lazy to work. They are demotivated. They don't know how to perform the job. But when the organization is giving adequate training, it increases the employees' morale to work more. So that is the thing. And also, whenever they are getting proper training, it reduces absenteeism and employee turnover, labor turnover in the organization. So every time training helps to respond to the fast changing environment. Now we are going through the technologically advanced era. So the employees who are not able to go through this technical skill area will not work well. But when they get more training, they will respond fast to the changing environment. Like the teachers are getting updation and training on the modern teaching technology, they will work well for the organization. Like and every time, if the organization is giving proper training for the workers, there is no need of supervision, or it reduces the role of supervisor, standardization of procedure, and safety of operation. So it also reduced. So dear students, please remember all these points. So we have lot of benefit when the organization is giving training for the employees, and a lot of benefit to the employees also. We have to remember what are the benefits of training to the employees. First one is improved skill in knowledge, so better career opportunities, and better performance and higher earnings. Training helps to improve the skill and knowledge of the employee and a better performance. So we can clarify or compare the performance of an employee before and after getting the training. Then, so after getting proper training, maybe in the operation of machines, the accident possibility of accident is reduced. So that is less accidents. And last point is it increases the satisfaction and morale of employees. Already we can learn when the employees are getting adequate training, the morale of employees is increasing. They will do more. So these are the benefits of training for employee and the organization. Two types of training methods are there: on-the-job training and off-the-job training. On-the-job training includes coaching, mentoring, job rotation, apprenticeship. Few more type of on-the-job training methods are there in the online websites and some other books. And off-the-job training, it includes classroom lectures, conferences, films, case studies, computer modeling, vestibular training, programmed instruction, etc. Let us learn in detail what are the different on-the-job training methods and off-the-job training methods. So what is on-the-job training? As the name indicates, the training is given to the employees when they are working in the organization. So under this method, new or inexperienced employees learn through observing peers or managers performing the job, and they are trying to imitate their behavior. These methods do not cost much. Why? Because they are engaged in the completion of some task or job. So training is given on the same machine and experience they are going to work in future. So that type of training is on the job training. Let us discuss about the what are the on the job training methods. So remember, on the job training is given while the employees are working in the organization. At the same workplace, they are getting the training. So the first on the job training is coaching. You know very well the terms football coaching, cricket coaching, art coaching, musical coaching, etc. The same here, coaching is given to an employee under one trained master or an expert working in the organization. And it is given to one basis, one coach for one trainee or worker. It helps in quickly identifying the weak areas and tries to focus on the so individualized training is given for the employees. It also offers the benefit of transferring theory learning to practice. And the biggest problem is that it perpetuates the existing practice and styles. In India, most of the scooter mechanics are trained only through this method. So, coaching is given to the employee under one expert. So, it is one of the type of on-the-job training, how to operate the machine or how to complete the task of production are given by one coach or one expert for the workers. And the second one is apprenticeship training. You know very well, lot of students are going for apprenticeship programs after the completion of their courses. So apprenticeship is a system of training, a new generation of practitioners of a skill. This method of training is in vogue to those trades, craft, and technical fields in which long period is required for gaining the proficiency. So the trainee serve as an apprentice under an expert for a long period. So you know very well, majority of the public sector undertakings are taking employees as apprenticeship and they will work under the expert, maybe a supervisor or foreman in that particular organization. So the second is apprenticeship training. And apprenticeship training, they are getting some amount of money as stipend. And the third form is internship training. Internship training, you know very well, majority of the professional courses offer internship programs. When they are studying, they are going to practice. Like the same, in internship training, it is a joint program of an organization with an educational institution. So the workers or maybe the students of that educational institution will go in the business firm for getting experience in the technical skill. Best example, you know very well, hotel management students are going for the 5-star, 3-star hotels for getting experience. So there will be a tie-up between the educational institution and the business firm. So internship training, and remember the last on-the-job training method is job rotation. So in that case, one employee is getting opportunity to work in all the sections, all the departments in an organization. So it will give more opportunity to gain information and skill about all the sectors in an organization, all the departments, all the units in an organization. Once he gain experience in one particular department, will entering into the second department or any other department for getting more skill and awareness. So he is or she is rotating not department and getting maximum awareness about how to perform the work in each department. So these are the on-the-job training methods. Hope it is very clear. So remember the four terms which are coming under on-the-job training. And next one is off-the-job training. So in on-the-job training, employees are learning, or the worker, maybe newly or the experienced workers are getting training while they are doing some work at the same workplace. But it is just opposite in off-the-job training. Here they are getting training in some other places, maybe some artificially created working environment, they are getting the training. So off-the-job training methods are conducted in separate from the job environment or the working place. The study materials is applied, there is full concentration on learning rather than performing. And there is freedom of expression also. So in off-the-job training, the employees are getting training in some other places. Let us look at the different off-the-job training methods. First one is classroom lectures or conferences. Classroom lectures or conferences. You know very well, lot of seminars and conferences are happening for improving the awareness, updation regarding the knowledge of a particular person. So here in an organization, suppose the business head wants to give information for the workers, that head can arrange some lectures or conferences of employees with the support of some graduate person from a university or business area. So that type of lecture, how to operate the machine, how on important terms, topics, the lecture will be very essential, very influential for improving the awareness and the performance of the employees. So the lecture or conference approach is well adapted to convey specific information, rules, procedures, or methods. The use of audiovisuals or demonstrations can often make a formal classroom presentation more interesting, while increasing retention and offering a vehicle for clarifying more difficult points. So audiovisual tools are used. If they are used, it will be very effective for learning. So arranging classroom lecture or conference is one of the off-the-job training. And the next one is related to films. Showing films is give a highly direct experience for the employees. How to operate the machine, how to operate the computer. We can give a lot of videos or short films or documentary films on each topic to the employees. So the next technique of the job training technique is presenting some films, so they can provide information and explicitly demonstrate skills that are not easily represented by other techniques. Maybe sometimes we are not able to demonstrate some skills in 3D form, but we can take a video and present in front of the employees how to operate it. It will be very useful for them. Used in conjunction with the conference discussion, it is a very effective method in certain cases. So remember Felix. And the next one is third one is case study. Case study you know very well. In case study, we are going in deep related to one concept. Suppose our problem, our area to learn something is related to the operation of computer. We can collect maximum details regarding operation of computer, its origin, the functions of different keys, the use of different softwares. We can collect the maximum details and we can come into the conclusion related to how to operate all these areas. So there we will find out the causes, we will analyze everything, and we will come into a generalization of learning. So case study, normally it is related to some particular critical situations we are studying. And the next one of the job training method is computer model. So actually it is demonstrating with the support of computer. We are creating some simulated environment. Simulated environment means it will be like the same original, the genuine one. So when we are creating, nowadays augmented reality is used for creating such type of simulated environment among the workforce. How to operate the machines through augmented reality with the support of computer, we can demonstrate the different parts, how to join the different parts of a machine, how to create the product like that. So that is the thing. And computer modeling is one of the important of the job training method. The famous training method used by the business people from the traditional time is vestibule training. Vestibule means a particular place within the business firm, not in the job area, but it is maybe attached to the job area. There, by sitting there, the employees are learning the concept by using the equipment, not for production, but for gaining knowledge. So employees learn their jobs on the equipment they will be using, but not for working. But the training is conducted away from the actual workflow. So actual work environment is created using the machine. The employees will learn apart using the vestibule is the place. It gives importance for the place. It may be in the same floor, but not in the original workplace. Okay, so vestibule training they are giving in this employees are gaining knowledge by using the machines or whatever it may be, but not they are working. They are gaining the skill by using the machine, not for producing product. And the last one is programmed instruction. You know the term programmed instruction. It may be in the form of book or in the form of computer programs. Suppose I am an organization head. I would like to give detailed idea regarding how to use the word Excel and PowerPoint to record the business transaction, to create the colorful presentation, how to calculate the profit or loss through Excel. At that time, I can create all these ideas in different units with the colorful pictures. So it may be a presentation, PowerPoint presentation, or an electronic book. So this book will be read by our students or employees. They will learn all the units very thoroughly. So after completing each unit, there will be an examination. Those who are passing the examination can go to the next module or unit. So the whole material or the information that I would like to give to my employees can be learned through the planned programs in a sequential learning package. Can be done with the support of highly sophisticated softwares. That type of program discussion also gives employees the whole information. You know very well about the Byju's training. All the contents are arranged in a syllabus, manner, systematic order. So that will give the whole idea related to different topics that the students have to learn in that particular subject. Like the same way we can give training for the employees also. So dear students, these are the off-the-job training methods that an employer can adopt for the betterment of an employee. So remember, this is the end for the chapter staffing. Don't forget to recall all the concepts we have learned in the chapter from the very beginning. What is the staffing? Its importance, different elements, recruitment, selection, and the different steps in all these things, and what are the different training methods. Very important area for the finance. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for being with me. So, make the learning very fruitful by watching this video again and again. Please share this video with your friends for their development.